welcome.
Hi.
How's everyone doing?
Great.
Okay, how you doing?
Let's see. We got Junebug, Salvatore,
Kurt.
Eve is here. How about that? Kurt Bradshaw. Oh, and I forgot. George the Animal Steel is here. Look at that.
What?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Green tongue and all. Look at that green tongue.
I remember the green tongue.
Dueling George the Animal Steel.
Wait a minute. Who's the real one?
Right.
They're twins.
Wait, how'd he go? He traveled so fast.
Was it Phil Collins?
Like teleportation or something.
I can
That's
see.
what we should have done. We should have just gone, hey, Jeff, catch.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Now you think of it.
movie magic.
Movie magic.
Oh, man.
Oh, shoot.
All right. We got a television gamer just came in. CC Mental.
Hey, Casey.
Hey, CC? Casey?
All right. Oh, man. How's your week been going, guys?
Not too bad.
That's good.
Halfway done.
It's happening.
So we're going to have open chat, but I wanted to have Drew come on and tell us about this play test because it was kind of a crazy thing, and I've never played anything like it. I think Drew has. I think maybe Torso would be more familiar with this kind of game, but
Many things.
and we're still not going to show any pictures or anything because Nintendo's
Never know. Yep.
they wouldn't be too thrilled about that. But I don't
All right,
think
well, I'm out of here then if we're not going to show the pictures.
See? Yeah. So
All right,
that's
so what
the
do
way-
you played it for like 2 weeks, right?
Oh yeah, I played it pretty much every day because I was like, this is so rare for me, just not, to get into these things. So I was like, and I just caught on with it for a while. So I like being there.
Yeah. By the way, they had 10,000 spots, and from best I could tell, they were gone in like 1 second.
It felt like that. I was like, just snap to it. And like,
There's people that said as soon as it went live, they hit the button and it was already out. So like,
I know it was gone in 5 minutes.
yeah, it's like it felt like like
So
a million people at once, a million people clicking at once. Just like
Right.
how would you describe the play test, Drew?
pretty like nothing like Nintendo's done, but everything they've done. Like it felt like they were trying to like pull together a bunch of their like the games that were familiar, like with different styles, and like trying to like.
I don't think it looked like a Nintendo game to me. At least maybe part of it did, but I don't know. It was so different looking. It was very dark.
Yeah, it started out dark. Yeah, like they basically put you in the darkness to figure out where to go next.
So the
Like,
whole point was everybody's like on different planets, and you're trying to. Are you on different planets, or are you all on the same planet?
you're on the same planet, and you can you got to build through. You have different like quadrants. Like what is it? So you have to like basically develop those planets by lighting them up with like a beacon, and the beacon lights up the land, and then you get development points, and then you can go to another beacon or to another quadrant, and then keep going from there.
And you have all
Basically-
these blocks, and you can build. And if you put your beacon up high, then the light spreads out even further, lighting up your portion.
Yeah, some people got I got to one where someone made it to like 313 meter, whatever. Like they just kept going. Like they just figured how to like keep tunneling through the earth.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it got pretty absurd. Like, and that was just one like part of it. So
And you
like,
could visit people. You could like go visit their area on the planet.
like you could put multiple beacons around, and then in the beacon you can control that land and build your own little like world in there.
Now, I thought
Like-
was cool is you can view somebody. Like you can spectate them if you're your friend, and you
Yeah.
can see where they're at, see what they're doing.
You can
And
see them
then
like
there
digging
was,
away.
Yeah, and then there was like that hub, the dev core, which was an indoor thing.
It was like
Game setup, and that's where you would go to level up.
it's like where you like it's like a social hub. Like it looked like VR chat after a while. Like everyone just made up their own characters. Like you can make your own like decorations.
I think that's going to be used in the new system. I really do. Maybe even at the end of the Switch system. But I think they're adding some kind of a social aspect to it.
Because it felt like it's like it's on the Switch Online, so it's probably through the online system somehow. So it could be cross-platform.
I think it'll be there.
Yeah, I think it's going to go through both. Like it ran smoothly. There was no real slowdown with like how many people were in it.
What's funny is that the room you're in, this big room with like a long corridor, and as you're running around, you've got a tail that you can like whip, like a Spider-Man's web. And as soon as you figured out you could do that, you see people just like flying through the air with their tail, just grabbing it, letting it go, and flinging themselves. And they could get from the ground all the way to the top of this building in like 2 seconds. It was
like
there's so many weird things about it.
It's like Tarzan.
Yeah.
It was like you're just swinging around like Tarzan, throwing your whip around, just doing flips everywhere. It was just so like fluid after a while.
I thought what was funny was you, after you level to a certain area, you have to level up. You have to take a test.
Yeah.
It's really like
like a
what do you call it? Just typical
behavior test or something. Yeah.
Behavior test. Yeah, it was 10 questions, and they were like what 4 or 5 a day, maybe 4 a day.
Yeah, the weirdest times.
If you got one question wrong, you were gone. You got booted. You had to wait like 4 hours.
Yep.
Which happened to me over and over because I swear one question kicked me out 3 times because the first time I didn't quite understand it. I thought I answered it right, and I played it again a few days later, and I answered the same way without realizing, and I got booted again. So next time I remembered, I said, all right, I'm gonna say the opposite because it was just a yes or no or whatever. I said the opposite, and I got booted again. I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right here. There's only 2 answers, and I said them both. So eventually, I finally got through. Even though
they reworded it, yeah.
It was the easiest test ever. I don't know how I.
That's what I'm saying. That one question that was certainly like just sort of like back and forth. Like you didn't know, like I believe that was put there to throw you off a little bit, like, to make sure you weren't a bot. Yeah, bro. You be lazy?
I didn't boot him, but I was playing with the mute button on his. I was trying to see what was causing the echo because I was getting a real bad echo.
I knew it was Torso.
It was Torso, so maybe Torso saw that.
Oh, okay. And then thanks
he's
to
probably
everyone,
watching.
Back in.
My mic
he's probably watching us
for some reason.
I heard you.
Yeah, but it was going through my webcam, which is a terrible mic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you enjoyed it, Drew?
Yeah, a lot of fun. I think a certain type of builder, like people who like to build stuff and like to wander around weird worlds. Like they'll probably like this a lot. Like Astroneer.
The game.
Yeah, I think that's a very similar thing to it.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing to take out is it was you've got your own land and you've got all these blocks, different kinds of blocks. There's like lava.
Sorry, guys.
No problem. Water, wood, these different cores. And my biggest problem was I kept getting lost. Like I would travel out really far.
Yeah.
And I was wishing there was like a button I could press to take me right back to where I started. Maybe there was. I don't know. I literally got lost a few times. A few times I just quit out and then I came right back to where I was because I was like,
you don't know.
I just keep wandering. Like, I can't get any closer. What's going on?
Because it
no closer.
Like there's they added different tools and like you could get vehicles eventually as you leveled up. So it made it a little bit easier and they gave you more beacons. So it was more like as you leveled up, it gave you more like quality of life things. Like you could beam yourself places, more power, more thing. Hi, Pierre. But I think it was more like still in development too. Like they were still. That's why it was like a playtest because they still had to like iron out what was like annoying or like kind of like
they were still making changes during the playtest because they made one change. I know, or you mentioned it.
I went through all the different like changes. I was like, oh, this is fun. It's just seeing how like the world's kind of like moving around you. Like,
so I mean, I kind of agree with you. I think this is going to be more of a social thing, probably on the Nintendo Switch Online only. And I do bet it comes out on both systems.
Yeah,
and then you can go back and forth. That'd be my thing. I guess it's I mean, it's nothing like Miiverse or anything like that, but it
bigger,
is a social. It is a social gaming thing.
Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, because you're not talking. You can talk through. You can write down messages and then put those in blocks, and then they talk through the blocks. Like you could put a message out in space, and they'll someone can get it later.
Well, really, I didn't know that part. That's cool.
Yeah, there's like a lot of
in a bottle.
Basically, yeah, you could put like one like the edge of the moon that's out there, and people could find it. There's like a treasure chest all over the place.
Oh, that's really cool. And
it got kind of weird, yeah.
And in the DevCore area, people were making their own outfits, like Kirby and Bomberman and whatever they wanted, and you could go in there and grab it and use it for yourself.
Yeah, like Tanuki Mario is one. Yeah. There's Pac-Man. Someone made a Pac-Man head.
Oh, that's right.
Like someone made a little GameCube and they put it on their head.
Does anyone remember PlayStation Home? I enjoyed that. I don't understand why they canceled that.
I didn't play it, but I heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah,
that's a similar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say those are two similar ideas, like in terms of the social connection.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I think that's a good comparison of the PlayStation Home to like part of it.
Yeah. And the look of this is like really, really cartoony. Nothing realistic at all.
Yeah. Nintendified. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendified.
So yeah, Jeff, I think you use Nintendo Home, correct?
What?
Or PlayStation Home. PlayStation Home. You use that.
Who, me?
No, Jeff. I think Jeff would have told me. I think about
on the PS3, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had your own like apartment or house or whatever. You could buy stuff and decorate it, put an arcade game, stuff like that.
Right.
And there was things to do, and I think they have a bowling game or something. I don't know. There was different things you could do.
You're fine.
Yeah, there's bowling.
Yeah.
And there was a movie. I don't know if they played movies or they played trailers in the theater.
Oh, that's right. Because PlayStation 3, they also had. Remember, they had the reality show, The Tester, and then they had a video game show. I can't remember what that was called, but they had a host, and they would show like upcoming games. But The Tester was interesting. It was a real reality show where they were battling it out to become an actual PlayStation tester and get hired by Sony. But the only place to watch it was on the PS3.
See, I like that kind of stuff, like integrated into like the ecosystem. Like kind of like how it's tuned. What?
Well, it's just like the 360. Remember, they used to have the stuff on there. That game show you could play, and was it 1 versus 100 or
100?
That was so much fun.
That was great.
Oh, I love that.
They just tossed it away. Like, darn it, that was so good.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if it's the cost. They just don't think it's worth it. I enjoyed it. I used to go on it all the time. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, they had that, and then they had that arcade game where you'd walk through an arcade, and I think you could buy old arcade games and go there and play. And
well, I have that, Jeff. But you get if you get, I got the 360 because I was going to get that again because I was like, I missed that arcade, and I had about every game you can get in it. Well, what happened was the only ones they kept was the Atari. I forget who the other one was in there. I can't remember if it was Sega and like Namco or something. But anyways, the other ones they didn't have the license to. So when you went in there, you couldn't download them games again. And so your arcade, was missing a bunch of games. And I took the 360 back, and I was like, heck with it. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I do remember when it went down. It was like almost everything was gone. Like, what? Why wouldn't they let you keep what you had?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, pull it right out of your stuff.
But yeah, losing the 1 versus 100 that was painful because I really enjoyed that.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't think anyone's done anything like that, have they?
No.
You think the license is right there that somebody could do it. I don't understand what would be so difficult because I don't know.
As
Definitely,
much dumb stuff that Microsoft spends money on, you think they would just go back to because it's still people bring it up. It's still popular in that sense.
It's not like anyone's dying to get that 1 versus 100. Might be able to get that for about $20. It's not even around.
Someone will find it.
Heaps said, I thought the Tester was a dumb show with potential. I loved how Ego Raptor was on the Tester and they kicked him off. He did it for self-promotion. Oh, it was a dumb show, all right, but I watched them all just because it was a TV show on my PS3.
Yeah,
Right.
The novelty of it was good. Yeah,
It was just interesting. It's like, well, nobody else can watch it. You gotta have a PS3.
Well, it's just whenever you can interact with your system in that way, it's just kind of cool sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially when other people are involved in it and you're going up against other people or viewing other people. But I don't know, maybe
different event.
Oh,
Yeah.
Different event for your like your internal online world. Like here's the little event inside. You can go to your digital park and watch your movie. Yeah, it's like,
that's what I thought was cool. But
So Drew, just so we'll put an end to the playtest thing. We'll get the
Oh,
open
yeah,
chat.
I could talk.
So you, I would say you're probably interested in playing this some more.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it just I knew it was coming, but they just like cut out without even like they just took you away in a spaceship and that was it.
That's cool.
It's like, and you're like, well, and they didn't, and they're like, here's a survey. See you later.
Well, I have a question for it. Do you think this is the game, or do you think they were testing different parts of things, and then what we get is going to be a little bit different than what we played?
Like the mechanics were pretty familiar with if you play like a Mario kind of like alternate physics kind of game, like it had some of that to it. Like there was levels that you could go out in the in the world and like there's like a kind of like the shrines in Breath of the Wild. Like you would fight, you'd do like a puzzle or you'd have to like fight some spikes or something. Not much like there's a few monsters, but there's not really like that's not the emphasis as much yet.
And then real quick, what about the moons? Because they would have like time limits. Like you could go to like 5 different moons from certain times. Could people build on those, or do we just go and visit them?
You could build on them, yeah, for a certain amount of time. I don't know. It might come around again, so they might stay the same with if you put stuff there. But I didn't get that far to, like it was still going, it was ongoing. Like, they just like had like timed events that you could play,
And I know
different times.
when you start the app, you'd see the thing behind us, like
the planet.
Yeah, like you see that right there.
Yeah, that's what you're playing on.
But as I felt like it was getting like the little squares would fill in, and I felt like there was more at the very end. I guess as people were playing, they were adding more.
You could keep digging through. Like every time you cleared a level, like you developed it, it would just open up another door. You could go through the planet and go to the next square and then open that one up. So you could keep going. Someone built, a couple people just kept going through the planet. So they went like 9 spaces out where they're, more than they going. And they would just keep clearing through it. Like it was, once you got more involved, like the tools gave you more chance to do it faster and faster. So it was like more of a development kind of like connect the world quickly.
Yeah.
And you can see like people,
I think it's a pretty fascinating game. I mean, I kind of equate a little bit to like the first time I saw Minecraft. I was like, this looks amazing. I said, I don't know if I'd be able to play it. I never really played it. This I did play, and it's like, I don't know, I'd have to play it more because it's one of those games where my brain just didn't quite connect.
Yep.
I'm thinking maybe I was 20 years younger. It'd be a lot easier for me, my brain because it's like a whole block building thing, and it's just so foreign to me. I mean, I did get used to it after a while, but I had to talk to you like nonstop on through Discord. I was like, "What is this? What am I doing?"
Yeah, because I kept learning by like watching everybody else like in the game and seeing what they were doing, and also like falling apart. Like, the more you get hit, the more you learn. Like,
one of the cool things is like you could click on somebody's name and go watch them.
Yeah, there's no name yet.
Yeah, there was no name, Salvatore. It was just called Nintendo Playtest Program. That's it.
Huh.
Yeah.
So no name, and it's funny with when you were online playing it, nobody could tell you're online because it didn't show up.
Okay.
Well, I could see you though sometimes if you were on, like not like it wouldn't like.
Wait a minute, like could you see like when you went to your profile and you checked your friends, would it say I was playing it?
It said if you were like online on it.
I never saw you on. Like I never saw a name with it. Like I never saw your name or your icon. You know, it was like Drew is playing Nintendo Playtest program or whatever.
Yeah, it was like
I
if you. Yeah, I think there's a way.
Oh, okay.
Now you know Drew's high.
Oh yeah, I definitely went. I went through it like line by line. I was like, "What is this ridiculous?" You know, like there's so many different like things going off and characters running around, and you know, it felt like a very like the. I guess if Google used to be like, oh, it's this madhouse of computer and colors kind of thing.
You know, I didn't check people's opinions. Have you seen anyone's like opinions online? Did they? I'm guessing a lot more people disliked it than liked it. That's just my guess because it was very odd. My guess is that most people disliked it more than people liked it, just because it wasn't anything we were expecting.
Exactly. Yeah. There's no. Yeah. I think like the whole like what? No one. I hadn't had a clue what you. Like I said, you're the one that told me, and then I was like, oh, this is fun, and then I'm like, what is this thing? It's like.
Well, I played it for like an hour and a half, and then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I was done. And then I talked to you the next day, and then you were showing me all this stuff. I was like, oh, okay. Well, this makes more sense. I was like, it goes back to the whole thing. Like this type of genre is like, it's so foreign to my brain that I have to almost like learn it. It's not like a game I've ever played before. I mean, there are games I guess are similar, but
yeah, that's what I felt. Like I didn't like a game. It's like a game, but it felt like many games, like a familiar old games, but a new type of game.
Yes.
Like one you could build yourself and with others kind of way.
Well, I was going to wonder, Drew, is it kind of like, what is that? Terraria or
Terraria?
Yeah.
In a little bit, it's like, has that kind of like, just world kind of building like that. Like you can experiment with different types of blocks. Like there's, magma. So you can put like different, like a stone in there. It could turn to like some harder rock or a diamond. Like there's different ways to like, manipulate the environment, like through the block formation. Yeah. Like, cause basic goal is to like build up a tower that can develop the land that can open up the darkness essentially. So,
okay.
Yeah. You're basically lighting up the world in a world. That's the basic that I seem to find. Yeah.
What did Salvatore buy?
Oh no, yeah.
So basically, I would say this is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. And Nintendo's told us nothing. I mean, we have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe nothing comes out. I don't know.
Exactly. Who knows?
Or it could be in a whole different form. We just don't know.
Nope.
So Salvatore, you got to let us know what this game is and what system. All right. I guess we're done with that part. Let's get on to our Ohio talk.
Yeah.
Ohio.
You guys want to hear about the weather?
How's the weather in Ohio?
It's nowhere place to start. Yeah.
It's cold.
Oh,
it's cold.
Cold.
But the good thing,
sounds like
no
Ohio.
more corn. There's some corn, but it's not edible. But.
Now, is it harvestable now, or when do you usually harvest the corn in Ohio?
I don't know when they do that. I mean, they do it at different times.
So remember last week or whenever that was, I was saying that Ohio is now like a slang for the kids.
The kids.
Here's
Ohio.
Here's Urban Dictionary. Ohio is a slang term to describe something or someone that is weird, bad, cringe, lame, dysfunctional, or preposterous. For example,
wow.
I just saw my mom attempt to do a TikTok dance. It's so Ohio. How about that? That's
how rude.
It's kind of fitting. Yeah.
It's kind of fitting.
Well, I just seen an article that said a lot of people are leaving Ohio. So, I mean, there you go.
Exodus. Like, must escape.
We're so not Ohio anymore.
Yeah, there's a few of us stuck. We just here, but
maybe you guys should hand out more Skyline chili. Maybe that'd keep them there.
Okay.
Or
I think that's what's making everybody leave. So you hear chili and spaghetti noodles. That's it. You're out.
Yeah. No one was ever in a Skyline's chili and said, "Can I have more cheese?"
Yeah.
I've never. I mean, it's literally a pile of cheese. It's unbelievable.
Yes. But Cincinnati, man, they're proud of that stuff.
They love it. Oh, Salvatore just bought Night Trap for PS4 that he does not have. He does not have a PS4. Well, you never know.
Yeah, could come out of nowhere.
I think it's interesting that somebody finally mentioned a system that I do have that they don't have.
Hey, did you guys
You have
see?
Night Trap?
I have it for the Switch. That's it. I don't have the original. Or
That's
anything.
what I have it for.
PS4.
There you go.
There you go. Magic.
You know this PS4, Stuart?
I do. I do.
He sent it to me.
I do.
Traveling around.
You know, Papa Pete's background is like Santa's bag. He just keeps pulling stuff out of it.
I know.
All I know is when you said that, I heard Papa Pizza.
Oh yeah, because you have Pop Pizza.
Sugar.
That was Night Trap on the PS4, but the Night Trap originally came on the Sega CD.
Yep. That's where I played it at.
What? Yeah, that's a beast right there.
I never had a Sega CD.
I have no idea where this even came from.
Pizza
like-
in a box.
I think stuff's just starting to form in your room,
Yeah.
Pete.
I think so.
It's spontaneous. Bears.
Yeah, whatever you don't have, it just starts to grow.
Yeah.
The Ted Lasso game that Pete sent me.
Ted Lasso.
I saw that. I thought Stuart's just going to kick out of that. So
That's so awesome.
There you go. Just pulling systems at every.
And I love puzzles. And of course, look at that one.
Oh, the dude.
the dude.
Big Lebowski.
It's a blockbuster puzzle.
It's cool.
Well, oh, gee, yeah. They're like, we
Can I
just
still
made this
do
while we were.
if they're out of business. Can I still make this puzzle if they're out of business?
Sure.
You can't. Your
They might have it
warranty's
to
up.
look
You have no warranty. It's like it's all those blockbuster rental CDs. I got it now. Haha, take that.
So
Well,
is
they still have
Night
that
Trap-
one blockbuster left.
There's always the classic pack.
Yeah, was it Bend, Oregon?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So is Night Trap really on the Sega CD or the Genesis Mini 2?
It is
Oh,
is
that's
it?
cool.
right on the back.
That's good.
I played it a little on the Switch. I gotta say, I thought it was kind of interesting.
Oh, I enjoyed it on the Sega CD.
Yeah, I was prepared for something terrible. I've never heard anything good, but I was like, I don't know, this is kind of unique.
Yeah,
I don't remember really playing a
Crack
game
it
like
open,
that before.
Stuart.
it's like a strategy.
No.
Like you have to like plan ahead, like different paths for people.
Well, you got to like check your camera for different rooms, and there's like bad guys coming in, and you've got to trap them to try to
Yeah, you
keep
got to
them
hit the
from.
button at the right time.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. That's fun.
I love
That's
those.
It had Dana Plato in it, and
Yep.
Ooh.
I think she was the only one that I recognized. It was Dana Plato.
I think that's the only person that's recognizable in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason, I don't think any of them went on to do anything else after that. Papa Pete.
The developer. That's
Oh, I was gonna say, did you guys see? Do you guys know what the Polymega is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mega. No.
It's like an emulation thing. You buy the box and you can get modules. Like you can get a module, for NES or Nintendo 64, Saturn, stuff like that. And but they just announced last week Asteroids and what was it? They're actually coming out with games on CD.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what it was called. It's really unique.
On CD, where you can, or like a system CD or Sega CD. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get back to it because I believe you can. Well, you play. Okay, Asteroids and come on now. Oh, here we go. Polymega Collection.
Coco wants to watch you eat the sardines, Stuart.
No.
Sardines and chocolate. Yeah. I want my
My
kitty
wife might
sardines.
try those, but
Let's see. So there's two releases. One is Asteroids. It comes with a CD. Each release includes one or more discs that are compatible with Polymega. The first is the primary game in DVD format. And additionally, some releases include bonus game disc that can be played on an original game console as well. Each is region free and will work with Polymega regardless of where you are or what language you speak.
Huh.
But doesn't the Polymega off the bat, I mean, their CD player, doesn't it play like multiple
Yeah, I think it does.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it played around, but like Turbo Graphics, and you can get, like I said, different modules to attach to it,
Right.
like different gaming systems. But is it
Oh,
what do you call it when it's not emulation? I guess
FPGA.
it's gotta be emulation, though, isn't it?
This is
It's
emulation, but like the
it's
analog
emulation.
stuff is FPGA.
FPGA, yeah. I don't know why I wanted to say VPGA, but that was stuck in my head.
Okay.
FPGA, and
Here you go,
it
Pete.
can't be that, or you wouldn't have the exchangeable modules.
Yeah, true. All right. So it's got like a base thing, and the back of it pops off, and you put in a module, I guess. Or no, I guess maybe the back is the base, and then you plug this in. I don't know.
I think it might be the front. I can't remember.
I remember OEV Pete was big into it.
So this, him and Retro Rich, I think, bought it really, really early, and it took them a couple years to get it. I went to go buy it several years ago, and it literally, I was a day late, and it like doubled in price. I was like, screw that.
It's expensive to put all the modulars together.
Yeah, but the base unit plays. It's CD-ROM based, and it plays PS1, Saturn. What is that? Sega CD, I guess Mega CD, PC Engine CD, and TurboGrafx CDs.
Jaguar.
I don't know, but I don't think they do Jaguar. But I mean, it is cool, and I believe once you put a game in, I think you can rip it to the unit. I believe. Maybe Pally Mega fans can correct me on that, but I thought that was kind of the point of it. You put your old CD in it, and then to protect your CD, it installs. There you go, Brian. It installs all your CD games to an internal hard drive.
There you go.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So and it's all emulation. Good or bad. I mean, the old stuff. I mean, hey, the really old stuff, I think, pretty much emulates really well.
That's
It just depends on emulation you use it.
If the CD gets scratched, there's no point, So you gotta get it off there first, then you can save. Yeah.
Yeah. Put your $500 TurboGrafx CD in there and rip it and get it, install it, so you never have to open that CD case again.
Back in its safe spot. Yeah.
Well, if you remember the Dreamcast, that was what was great about that is you could do copies of them and it would run them, the games.
Yeah.
It's
damn you, Torso! You're the one who ruined the Dreamcast.
Yeah. Torso is little.
wait a minute. I didn't say I'd done that.
I wouldn't say
you didn't either.
I knew it. Right down the road, he used to do it.
You got me on the technicality.
Speaking of ripping Dreamcast game, I was downstairs and there was a box I hadn't looked through in a while. And I started going through it, and I had like old N64 box games.
Oh, cool!
And two of them were Elmo games. I think one of them might be kind of pricey, but I don't even know why I have those games. But anyway, they're down there. But Elmo in there on top was a CD. I was like, "What is this?" Because a blank one, or it was just like a regular CD, and I had written on there Propeller Arena for Dreamcast.
Oh, cool!
Wow.
So I copied that over to a CD, but I never got it to work. And I've looked for that on emulation sites. I can't find Propeller Arena. I don't know why. Of all games, it was a game that was never even released. Yeah, disc ride. I wonder how much that disc ride. Have you guys ever run into CDs that are just no longer any good?
I haven't.
Ones, yes.
Not the top of it. If it's not
I find that anything else with movies and stuff, I have old movies that I've sat around forever. A lot of them don't work anymore. I mean, they faded or something. But just with video, not
really.
That's because
the DVD movies.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Not store bought. I'm talking ones that I made, like
CDRs.
The cat scratched me earlier. That was your fault.
Coco.
Holy smokes, Pete.
She's vicious.
He's like, I'm ready to
scratch fever.
Say, I'm hungry.
Up.
Meow.
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 Nice.
like Heart Foundation shoot interviews and WWF, the Heart Foundation from Coliseum Video. It probably won't work anymore.
Yeah, they've been probably the heat. If there's a heat, yeah.
Yeah. Old pay-per-views. There one neat one here somewhere. I hope it still works though. Oh.
You just get like
Divas
a one.
New York.
There you go.
Oh, like there is there's that original recording, like of the live recording of the pay-per-view of Owen of the Over the Edge from May 23rd, 1999.
Oh, wow.
And then the Raw tribute showed Owen Hart the next night.
Oh, Pete, I was watching a
great timing.
an old video from like maybe '88. It was WWF in the Los Angeles or some Los Angeles arena. I turned it on because I know Lance is out there and he's got a lot of good stories about wrestling in LA. And so it was like a full show. It was Gorilla Monsoon and who's the guy who came before Hogan? That Hogan kind of
Billy Superstar Graham.
Yes, it was Gorilla Monsoon and Billy Graham were the announcers.
Yeah,
but as wrestlers were coming in, there was one match was a wrestler, some guy I never heard of, and then a wrestler, the Blue Angel.
Yeah,
and I was looking, I was like, that looks like Owen Hart, but I've never heard of Blue Angel. I mean, I know the Blue Blazer, but so I looked it up, and it was he originally.
The very beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning, he was Blue Angel, and they switched the name to Blue Blazer. Yeah. But it was between him and some guy I never heard of, and it was just a fantastic match. I couldn't believe it. I thought it'd just be like some kind of squash match or something, but man, they really put on a good show. Both of those.
Owen Hart was probably about 18, 19 years old.
It was really good.
And I'll throw that up too. Also, I got one here. It's the night after. Well, before they found out what happened with Chris Benoit, I don't know if you guys realize, like, you know about the Chris Benoit thing, tragedy, right? Well, the next night, they didn't really know what had happened yet. They just knew he was dead. And they did a tribute show for him on Raw, just like they had done for Owen Hart 8 years earlier. And, of course, then the next day it came out what had actually happened. So all signs of that show are gone. Like, you can't – it's locked away in the vault, right? Like, never to be shown again. And I recorded it that day. I got it on DVD right here, which is very ironic thing to watch, right? It's very difficult, very strange. But
yeah, what a terrible thing.
Yeah,
man.
But a neat little piece of memorabilia, I guess.
It's
yeah, definitely.
Captured frames.
I did find a ROM for Propeller Arena.
You did?
There you go.
Yeah, I'm putting it on my launch box. I'm going to see if it works.
And it's like Tinker.
I was looking a few weeks ago, and it popped up, and I have 2 ROM sites that I use a lot, and one of them was one listed. I'm like, how did I miss it? Maybe I spelled it wrong or something.
Very touchy.
Yeah,
you and your spelling.
Your propeller's spelled wrong. Your 2 L's, 3 R's. What?
I'm still looking at the weather in Cleveland.
How is it now?
18 degrees.
Whew. I'm good.
That's 65.
That's 65. Yeah, that's not too bad.
No, that's really nice. It was 20-some here today. It was really nice.
Yeah, we finally had a nice day. It's been raining non-stop for like 2 days. So, man, it was nice to. Poor Tug, he was so excited. He went out there.
Oh, nice.
Good.
And he was looking around. He's like, there's for the first time, he's not all wet.
Yeah, like sunshine.
Well, we got your rain now, Jeff. So don't worry.
It's raining Ohio.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, it rained today.
Yeah, well, it's very Ohio.
Yeah.
Is that how they say it? No, I don't know.
That's what. Well, yeah, we do around like everybody acts like we're the only one that has like drastic weather changes or whatever, and I'm like, it does that in a lot of states.
Yeah, I know it does a lot in the Midwest too, because I know we've always said the same thing here. I mean, it is true. It could be like 75 one day and 30 the next day. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
like you said, that happens. That happens a lot.
I think everybody did that, Brian. Do you remember the Netflix when you subscribed and they sent you the movies, the discs? I mean, of course, you burnt it, sent it back the next day. That way you get more in a month, right?
Yep.
Not me, Papa Pete.
Corso did not do that.
No, I'm always honest.
I watched every one and sent it back when I was done.
That's right. That and Dreamcast, I never ripped any of them.
Yeah, no, GameFly never had anything. Yeah. So
and I don't get illegal ROMs either.
Yeah, those are. Yeah, we don't speak of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I was always scared to rip those ROMs for Dreamcast because I always heard the stories about how it would ruin your motor or the laser or something. But I've heard several people who said, "Oh, I used it for years, and nothing ever bad happened." I'm like, oh. It fell for the rumor, I guess.
Yeah, I never had any problems. Oh, I mean, I know people that didn't have problems.
You mean you never had any problem because you never did that?
Yeah, no, because I never done it.
Eep had snow yesterday. Had to brush off the van and scrape the. That's the worst.
What?
Man. Scraping the windows. Oh.
Eep, I'm jealous.
You got to remember, even like those of us who live in Canada talk about where Eep lives and go, I don't want to live there. That's too cold. He's out in the prairies, so up there it'd be cold.
Thank you.
70 degrees in Connecticut today. That sounds wonderful.
It was 72, 73 here, and just insanely warm for November 6th.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, it used to be like snow.
Oh yeah, disc juggler. I forgot all about that. There's a new update for
Michael.
What's that?
Well, Michael says in there about creating a dummy file, so it puts the instead of having it towards the center, the laser towards center, it puts the data towards the outside, and it's not as much wear on the motor.
Interesting.
Oh, so maybe the story was true.
I never heard that.
It's all It's like, dude, now you can like look it up and have other people who tried it. It's like a rumor can get debunked quicker or changed up. Yeah.
I did that also back then. I couldn't. I don't know how to do it now if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I learned something for a minute and then I forgot about it. Yeah.
It's been 20 years since I've done it, so.
Just gonna.
I mean, back in those days too. Yes, I found the friggin' dream. I got a copy of Skies of Arcadia. I got it downloading right now. My 28.8K modem is just cranking away. I should have it done by Sunday afternoon. Right?
Yeah.
Good news. My Propeller Arena ROM booted right up.
There you go.
Well, at least the screen where it asks you to put a VMU in it. I'll have to try that out later.
And one of those Pioneer CD players that held over 100 discs. No, no. You know, JW. The funny thing about that is I own so many CDs, but they were like, "Oh, you need to get one of those players that holds 200." I'm like, "What 200 do I put in?"
Yeah. Then you got to change to 200 more again.
Yeah, those are made for people who have, well, in this case, 100, but those are made for people who have like 200 CDs or less, and then you just put them all in there. You know, not for me.
Just leave them.
Can you piggyback them?
What's that?
Couldn't you piggyback them? Put a bunch of them together.
Oh,
400 CDs, man.
Yeah, Sega Lord X. I don't know if anyone's ever seen his channel. He's great.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously he's a Sega channel, but he does a lot of Saturn stuff. But he's really good.
Dreamcast.
Boy, I wonder if Sega would think about putting out Propeller Arena. I think it'd be pretty popular because no one ever got to play it.
I didn't even know about it until you said it.
It was like an online airplane
Maracas are dead.
like dogfight, I think.
Oh really? Oh okay. That would have been
no. Michael Hayes' maracas are dead.
Yeah,
not the maracas.
That's a little personal.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. That's something.
I don't want somebody else telling people my maracas are dead.
Like, I'll tell you when my maracas are done. Yeah.
I'll give
Really
you a
get
call.
paid for that.
That's I got my Donkey Kong bongos somewhere around.
Yeah, they're always somewhere.
Yeah.
Again, stop getting personal.
Can you play a Mario Party with some of the Donkey Kong, like the drums, the conga drums?
There was stuff people was doing all kinds of stuff with them bongos, but I didn't try anything.
Yeah. There's so many
I think
things to
there's people
try.
that are controlling games with it too. Who knows?
You're like,
Yeah, you know hackers.
Oh yeah, they'll figure out anything.
Right.
Doom on Doom on Alarmo. Yeah.
That's right. The best thing ever. Alarmo plays Doom.
There you go.
Album covers.
So
Like,
all you
hey,
guys can be jealous.
4-player Donkey Konga 1 and 2 is fun.
Oh yeah.
I think I have. I might have those games. That was a GameCube, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I might have both of those games.
Jet Screamer, you should have been checking us out on Hammer Away today, because we were talking about album covers and stuff. I mean, it's, you know, I was talking about the difference between something this size, and there might be details on a cover, on a CD cover, you'd ever see, because it's so small. But growing up, we had all these big, 12 by 12 vinyl, and you just see all the different things. I remember buying Iron Maiden's Somewhere in Time, and I'm just like, there was so much to see. But it was like, ridiculous on a CD because it's all so small. There's no way you're gonna. I mean, you could sit there with my magnifying glass and go through it and go, oh look, it's the Ruskin. It's the
Remember Captain Fantastic, Stu?
What's that?
Elton John's Captain Fantastic.
Oh, that's a fabulous album cover, man.
It's crazy. It has all kinds of crazy stuff on it.
It does. It does.
I used to stare at that all the time because it fascinated me.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I didn't realize it until I was just talking to Stuart Corden the other day. If you look up the cover of Superman versus Muhammad Ali comic book, the whole array of people in the audience, it's like a Sergeant Pepper.
I'd seen that show you did on that. Yeah,
it was just crazy, all the people that, because I was like, is that Sonny Bono in front of Batman? Because he's looking back. I go, yeah, it is. And the cool thing is on the inside of the comic they had the legend, so they have the key there, so you can know who everybody is. The Jackson 5 are way up top. It's kind of wild. As soon as you know who's in it, then you're like, oh, yep, they're there. Oh, yep.
Yeah, it was cool.
But Sonny Bono was over here by Batman, and Cher was up here.
Gotta keep them separated.
Get
want a big fight.
Don't you draw me down there with him.
No foreshadowing here. No.
Oh, cool, Salvatore. You got a poster of that. Nice. I
wonder if anybody ever had B. Arthur in one of their comic books. Seems like that'd be a no-brainer, but that might just be me.
You would think. Let me check that out.
Maybe she has her own.
B. Arthur, Archie comic. What B. Arthur comic? Golden Girls.
She has her own. I'm getting it.
It's already on the way.
Especially if it has a pin up in it.
Beatrice
that's pretty rare. It's always missing,
Yeah.
She did end up in an issue of Deadpool.
That makes sense.
B. Arthur?
Yeah.
See?
Now she's in everything because that just connects to all the other things.
6 degrees of separation, B. Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the multiverse now.
Oh,
B.
God.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Of course, the new dimension.
Have Deadpool and B. Arthur ever met?
Just ran across this on X. Sega Genesis Classics will be delisted on December 6th on the eShop.
I saw it was going to be delisted from Steam too.
Steam, Xbox, PSN, and Nintendo Switch. Wow.
I have it on the Nintendo Switch.
So anyone out there, grab it digitally if you haven't.
Like, is it all their games or just sort of just the ones on which one?
I don't know. I think it's quite a few, if I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget how many it is, but it's quite a bit.
I wonder how that'll affect their Switch Online ones then too. If that is connected somehow.
Well, I don't think the one online has as many as that disc has. I mean,
and I don't. Yeah, and they might be different too. I don't know if they're the same, but
yeah.
Speaking of that, I don't think have we lost any games from Nintendo Switch Online. Like, have any been there and then been taken down? I don't think so.
Oh no, the actual like regular games.
Yeah, yeah, all the games that you get when you subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, I don't think any of them have been lost. But
yeah, I don't think so.
Unless
I'm
mistaken, but
it's a little surprising.
I haven't heard anybody complain.
Yeah, there has been games from the eShop taken back, but nothing online.
There's a whole website of just delisted games.
That's crazy. Yeah, just sitting there. So,
the Wii U used to delist games all the time because they had if you were a developer, if your game didn't get a certain number of sales over a certain period, they just took your game off. They're like, that's it for you.
Huh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
there
were so many games delisted from small publishers because and it was a fairly high threshold, and
there's a lot of games that are just disappeared from there. Just like, yeah, like that's a whole another like talk about lost media. It was like just gone completely.
Right. Yeah, they
what?
With digital games, that's I heard about that might be a thing one day, and I thought, I'm sure they'll keep that stuff up. And it's like, yeah, no, they don't.
Nope.
No.
Oh, the Yukon. The what?
Torso, is that your sound squeaking? Is that you? I can't tell.
Not me.
Who's squeaking?
It's almost like it sounds like when I put my phone close to my speakers at my computer. It's like interference. It's like
the alien transmission.
I don't hear it now. There you go.
Yeah, it's an echo-ish thing.
I don't know where it's coming from.
I was muted and it still made it. So the only way you can really tell is with individual mute.
Is there a buzzing?
I can hear it.
I was just muting certain different people trying to see. I can't tell.
Yeah, it's good. It's like a video game. Like this is like the
it's like
Zoom
a game from Mario Party.
It's like, there's something behind you. What's that? It's like the video chat.
Someone is sitting on a mouse.
Somebody step on a duck.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Oh, looks good on you though.
No respect. No respect.
Roger Matthews. Hey, welcome.
Hey,
just
Roger.
stopping by to watch a while. I hear it too, like a crackle. Yeah, kind of. How are we going to get to the bottom of that?
Crackle.
But it's not it's more like an interference thing. It's
right. Well, it's an echo. It's a bit of an echo thing. It's
yeah, we're all going through different screens, I guess. Like our
and now I don't hear it again.
I know, right?
It's like it was there, but then it went away. That's good.
So I've been playing, what is it called? Slaps and Beans?
Oh, that's fun.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm stuck because of my lack of remember I've told you in the past that I suck at Guitar Hero and stuff because I freak out. I'm like, wait, what button? Wait, what? Before I know it, I've missed like whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, and so the same thing happens to me there. It's just like, before I know it, I'm already down like 10 bites, and he's already got me by, whatever. And then I start freaking out, and I'm like, and you hit it too soon, and it's red, and it's and then, so one of these days, it's going to be like Re4 when I was playing that, it's like, I'll never beat this. And then one day I'm just like, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. And you're done.
Did you beat it?
I still haven't beaten it. I was playing it again yesterday, trying to beat that stupid eating wings level.
Oh, wait, that
man.
Yeah. They just keep throwing it different ways at you.
Yeah. And I'm just like, man.
All right. I think I know who the squeaker is. Could be Drew. Because I just muted my mic and then to see if it would pop back up again, and it did. And then when you got a little higher in your voice, that's when I heard it again.
That could just be because you're on your phone, right?
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so maybe it's like coming through.
It's a phone thing.
Yeah, StreamYard doesn't play well with phones.
Yeah.
It's like it's on like a Chrome.
I haven't heard it before when he was, Drew's been on. So
Beat Saber.
Like is it when I talk and then it goes like into
no, it's not all the time, Drew. It's just like I think when you raise your voice a little bit more, and I mean you're not really raising it much, but it's like it just seems to do it.
Yeah. Do you have Bluetooth earbuds in?
Me now.
That might be what you might want to do.
So like I think I tried that before. It might have just wasn't even I didn't get to it in time, so I'll do it next time.
Yeah. What is this? I like Mr. Plinkett review of The Last Jedi better than the movie. Jet Screamer, that's what I keep saying about Mauler. Even though his review of I think it's Doctor Strange Mom. It's like 5 hours long. But it's so good. And he did that with a Star Wars one too, where it's like hours long. But he's like, just skip the first hour if you don't want to go into how I review and how I go about these thoughts, then skip the first hour. If you just want to hear what I think of the film and go from that, then do that. So I'm playing through Dragon Warrior 4. Those every 3-second random encounters are killing an otherwise stellar game. I've never played that.
Well, it's like some of the Final Fantasy games. I remember I loved the Final Fantasy 3 on Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
but man, encounters are everywhere. It used to drive me nuts. But actually, on that game though, it was kind of good because you needed to build yourself up big time, to get towards the end.
Yep. Yeah, I just still have a tough time getting over the fact I just am terrible at those drop down, follow the thing down and then hit it, and you're like, ugh. I don't know.
So now we were talking on Discord about the Switch 2 finally confirming, well, not that it's a Switch 2, but the next system will be backwards compatible with the Switch.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah. Well, somebody brought up a good point though. They haven't confirmed if it's the cartridges or is it the SD cards or is it just digital? And when they brought that up, I was like, oh crap, they didn't say that. I mean, I don't know if this person's being anal about it or whatever, but I mean, when they brought it up, I'm like, well, geez, now it's making me think,
I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if they didn't fit, the cartridges didn't fit and work.
I would think they would have to.
Yeah. Kind of like the Wii.
Yep.
Hey, Marcus Adams, how's it going? Yeah.
Still pop your game in.
Hey, Marcus.
Because the Game Boy Advance played Game Boy and the DS played Game Boy Advance games.
Yep.
So they, it's probably more their handhelds have been like that.
Right.
Switch is the first one not to have backwards compatibility, I think, for a while.
Yeah. I'm curious if they'll just be the same slot because when they were developing the Switch, they had toyed around with having 2 cartridge slots, so you could have 2 games with you at all times.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just curious. The new system would have a slot for the new games, a slot for the old ones. Like it's probably not, because I think they scrapped it because of cost. So I would think that probably affected again.
Yeah, exactly. They could have had bigger discs, but their cost much more. I think at least they did.
I think once it hits 16 gigabyte, it starts getting pretty expensive.
Eep's thinking maybe the Switch 2 is just backwards compatible with the digital games.
Hope not.
It could be. I doubt it, only because to make that announcement and then later to say, "Oh, we just meant digital."
You're like,
people would be irate.
Yeah, we're all happy, and then all of a sudden, man, it's like, oh,
welcome to Bait and Switch.
Yeah, literally, that's the name of the system. Yeah,
they didn't tell us. That's what they meant when they made the name up. They didn't tell us.
It's the bait.
Switch 2.
Well,
the Bait and Switch.
Well, what's the word, the ounce? Like, I know it's something like that keeps getting thrown around. That was mentioned even in the playtest. Someone made a big sign about the ounce.
Huh? Yeah, that being the code name. What in the world does that mean? Ounce.
Because of how much it weighs, like, that could be part of it too. Like, is it a light system now?
Well, it's an odd thing for a Japanese company to use. They don't.
Right.
They don't use ounces.
Well,
an ounce is very light.
It is. Yeah. It is Nintendo. So
it's like
they built their company around odd.
Mark.
Yeah.
They didn't say anything about a fee yet, have they? I do know they did say they would have more news on the compatibility. And so, well, I guess right there, well, maybe there's something to not the cartridges, or maybe it's something about a fee. Because they did that with the Wii U. Remember?
Transfer.
When you bought certain games from the Virtual Console on the Wii, you could transfer it to Wii U for like $1.99 or something. But then, well, it allowed you to play it, but then it also opened up that whole like Miiverse thing where every game is listed on there.
Yeah, just how they transfer it. They usually give like the early adopters the biggest chance to like move stuff over.
Right.
Yeah.
Like depending on what it is, like, but that's been the case for a lot of them. Like the DSi, you could transfer into the what's it called, 3DS, I think.
I like how they use Pikmin to pick up the pieces and move them. That was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I like the Pikmins, like their little worker. Yeah, like this is who moves around our digital space.
Yeah.
JW, I think you came up with a new band name, Cheap Dongle.
Good point.
There we go. Going live with Chief.
Yeah, Marcus, I agree. I got a what's that company's name? They make those really great grips. Shoot,
stop. What is it?
Oh,
Satisfy.
Yeah, I know what
Satisfy.
you're talking about.
Yeah, Satisfy. I don't. Well, I hardly ever play my Switch handheld, but when I do, I always put in that Satisfy grip because it is a little bit too small for my hands, too thin actually.
Yeah.
Well, I think I showed you guys. I have that on my Switch Lite because that's if I do the handheld, it's usually will be on the Switch Lite, and I love them grips. They're just way more comfortable.
Yeah,
I can play for a long
so
time,
much
not
more
even
comfortable.
be bothered by it.
They're like Steel Panther. I was
Yeah,
just talking about Steel Panther today.
Yeah, they should be bigger things. They're very uniform with their Joy-Cons. Like they're all the same size. They never really had different. Like they need, adjust to different hands.
Right.
So I'm guessing the Joy-Cons will be different, but I wonder if they're going to be a different size. Because they wouldn't have to be the same size because they wouldn't have to hook to the new system, but you could still play them on the new system, without being attached, of course.
Well, they had the NES controller. You could, that latched on, so they could, always make something.
Well, so I wondered about that because I know some people are showing like a magnetic hookup for them, but I'm like, hopefully not, because like the NES, controllers, how they go on the side. Well, what would you do with them then? Unless they use both, where the magnetic and you can do it with that, but I don't know if they would go through all that. But
There you go.
This is
JWD. If you have to worry about keeping your beer cold, you're not drinking it fast enough.
there you go. So,
this ain't no A and W.
wise advice.
Ain't no A and W. Oh my god, I can't do it. Yeah, I have never been a fan of the Joy-Cons. I'm just like, oh my god, these. Yeah.
Well, I like the concept of them. It's just the size of them.
Well, yeah, it's like.
Exactly.
I remember the first time I held one, I was like, got these huge hands, and I'm like, and now that I'm older, it's not like,
Like my hands, they keep growing.
damn it.
Nintendo's got to start realizing that not only 10-year-olds play their systems, you know what I mean? So stop designing the Joy-Cons to be so small.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like they've got in their heads that they're for. I'm like, no, most of your fans are probably much older than that. Yeah. It's like we've been going on for quite a while now. Yeah.
There's a lot of us old timers playing that the Nintendo system still.
Yeah, you got that the boxing. You got to get up. The jump on the Ring Fit.
Right.
Got to keep your blood moving.
There you go. The KFC console never came out. I was counting on a greasy console.
Oh, you're right, Alf. I mean,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Nothing better than a freaking console wrapped in 11 herbs and spices.
you can't go better.
Click on it when you get a little hungry there.
Heats up with the battery. Yeah. The more you play, the warmer your chicken.
That'd be great though if you sit there playing and smell like chicken in your house all day.
No doubt.
All right, time to change the grease again.
Tell from what I saw reported in leaks, at least, is there was a hook on one end and the other end was held in with magnets, presumably neodymium or something.
There you go.
Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, those magnetic rumors have been around. I'm kind of guessing that's probably true. But I'm wondering, they got to be really strong though, because I know Nintendo, like with their handhelds, they would do a 5-foot test because they were like they're always thinking like a kid maybe has it in his pocket or something. Bends over, it falls. So they would drop it from 5 feet to make sure the thing didn't smash into bits. But yeah, like I could just see a kid holding it by the Joy-Con, and if it's magnetic, if it's not really super strong, it would just go bloop. But
the GameCube had a handle,
Well, I think they learned a lesson from the Wiimotes, and then they had to put that strap in there.
Yeah,
people were throwing them into the TVs, and
who does that?
It has the strap to it. Yeah. Oh, we got to put this plastic on it.
You guys think Microsoft will come out with a handheld Xbox?
I don't know. I keep hearing that people saying that they think they're going to, but who knows? Hey, there's a kernel.
They have enough developers to do it. It just, they got to do it.
I feel like they're trying to get out of the hardware business, to be honest. I mean, they're trying to put their software on everything.
Well, they're swearing that their new system, the next gen, is going to be something spectacular. Because they're even the way they were touting it was they were going to, outshine us, Sony big time with their new one. It was going to be, really incredible. But who knows? It's now they got the PlayStation 5 Pro, which is I think about a 6 teraflop jump from the regular PS5. So, I don't know what direction Microsoft's going to take.
They put so many of their games on PC anyway. I mean, like JW,
right?
They got a Steam Deck to deal with. I don't know why they didn't want to do that. I would doubt they want to, and if they did, I'm guessing it probably wouldn't work out very well.
Yeah,
I think
they don't have a big presence in Japan.
No, it's better than it was before, though.
I think this is the best it's ever been.
Yeah. That's because they've connected with, different systems, I guess.
Marcus makes a great point here about the magnets, because the the little track that it's on is very thin. You know, it's one thing if it was a big wide base that the controller was hooking into, but
Right.
well, you know how thin those Joy-Cons are, and even if they were a little bit thicker, I still don't know if they'd be thick enough. But
Right.
yeah, maybe there is something that hooks in to help it a little bit. I don't know.
It's just, yeah, depends on if it's good for charging. Like what magnets, you know, are good chargers. Like the cell phones tried to like do the charging thing, but that didn't really, you know, work as well.
Maybe they could pack in a Willy game. They got the magnets from the Joy-Con. You can move the little magnetic shavings around.
Oh, those are fun.
Mustache or a thick
Yeah.
eyebrows on.
Yeah, yeah. You're thinking old school. That's how you do it. Like
That's like 70s stuff.
Well, you know how
like
them were fun
eyebrows with the
Yeah. I always like how
in
when
the car and trying to do that stuff and moving around all over the place.
yeah, you put the magnet down and all the shavings would kind of come up to like a little point.
Yes.
You just drag them around. It was so cool.
Right. Man, I want one of them now. I forgot all about them.
It's probably when you're probably just like walk into one tomorrow. You're like, what the?
I bet Cracker Barrel has one.
I bet you're right.
Yeah,
It's
you're probably right.
Or they
still
have
have
one
the,
down at the what's in
Dolphins.
Uranus.
the. It's like, where's the closest Cracker Barrel?
I'm like down the street.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cracker Barrel is all over the place.
God, especially when we drive to Florida, it's like Cracker Barrel, Waffle House, Cracker Barrel, Waffle House, Cracker Barrel, Waffle House.
Right, Cracker Waffles.
Do you guys know
it's like
this?
crazy.
Is it true? Brutally honest gamer, who I don't know, walked away from gaming after taking a bath on the VCS. I'm not even sure what that means. What do you mean took a bath on it? How
It looks fun.
in it somehow, or how do you take a bath on the VCS? I mean, how much could you possibly lost?
Spent $7,000 on this thing.
Yeah, tell us more, JWD, because I don't know that story at all.
I don't know
Cracker
anything
Barrel.
about it.
Yes, Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, they're the ones that have Charles chips still.
Yeah, how do you describe a Cracker Barrel? Yeah.
It's like an old country restaurant, old country store type restaurant.
Jet Screamer doesn't have
Yeah.
it.
I guess that's not the best way to explain it.
Oh
Old
wow!
West. Yeah, it's like old American West.
How,
To get the
I
Cracker
thought
Barrel.
Cracker Barrel says DVDs of old TV shows, but they're just like random, like it'll be like 6 episodes on a DVD. It's like, why would I want that?
Get your little fix.
They have some of those things at Menards. That's a great place to go for TV shows.
Nard.
Marcus lives on the sticks. They have to drive an hour to find a Cracker Barrel,
Yeah.
and that's fancy eating around those parts.
Fancy. They use forks and knives there.
Really honest gamer was on our show once. I don't remember that at all. Are you thinking of
DJ?
what's his name? Ballistic Coffee Boy, maybe?
Yeah.
We've never had Brutally Honest Gamer on because I don't know who he is.
Yes, unless somebody change your name, I guess.
Eastern Connecticut doesn't have anything good. That's just
Yeah.
so you live in Eastern Connecticut. I guess you have nothing good there.
Yeah, I drove through too.
I like old Jet Screamer lives there. That's something good, right? Probably taking a KFC. If he is, I'd be pissed because I'd be like, why don't I have some?
Yeah, throw some chicken through the screen, Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
They could
looking at
ship it.
Brutally Honest Gamer right now. I've never seen the guy before.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
Who is that?
We have a casino.
brutally honest.
He tells it straight on you. Yeah.
I'm not
Thought he
lying to
came
you.
on
Ever.
Relic
Yeah,
Gamers.
that's right.
You must be thinking of a different channel because Relic Gamer's never been on either. I mean, he was in the chat like 4 years ago, but he's never been on the show. Relic
This
Gamer.
kind of reminds me of a time where one of the club owners said he wasn't going to hire us.
Oh, Papa Pete.
And
Pete,
it
is this true?
It was
Not going to
because
hire you?
the drummer was
Yeah,
singing
right in.
songs.
Yep. I had to order tenders.
Gotta get some of them biscuits.
Get them biscuits.
He was what?
Who's BHG?
brutally honest gamer. But I was telling JW he's never been on the show. I'm not even sure who he is. I just looked him up, but I've never seen the guy before.
Do like a game show. Do you know this gamer? Yeah. Name this gamer. Yeah.
I don't
Welcome
remember gamer being here either.
Meow, 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 meow.
It's like the the YouTube awards.
Oh yeah.
Pete, what is the closest fast food to you, and how far away is it?
2 kilometers, McDonald's.
Sorry to hear that.
That's pretty good.
1 point whatever miles.
Yeah, that's not very far at all.
And then about 400 yards past that is Burger King and KFC. And then another 200 yards past that is Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen, yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's about what we got. We got McDonald's, Wendy's, Subway, Arby's, about a mile.
Yeah.
About a mile and a half. We got Dairy Queen, a place called Hamburger Station.
There you go.
And
Hamburger
also
Station.
Mike's.
Hamburger Station is so Ohio.
Yeah. It's so
I
hard.
love it.
I got here late. Has anybody played the Nintendo Playtest thing? Yeah, that's what we were talking about for like the first 15 minutes. The vague description I heard made it sound like a Nintendo-ified Death Stranding or something. Have you ever played Death Stranding, Drew?
No, but I want to. I just never had the right setup for it.
Real quickly, Marcus, it's like a block building thing, and then there's also a social aspect where you can go hang out with people, shake hands. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, there's a lot of shaky hands.
You can go in that dev core, and everyone takes their tail and forms like a hand, a big hand, and you walk around holding it out, and someone else will come up and shake your hand. And you hold hands for a while, and then you're building up your dev. Well, no, not your dev.
Your connection points, like Connex or something.
Yeah. So it makes you go around and interact with people.
Yeah, oh, yeah. The last days, everyone just like shaking hands, like trying to get points. Because you can buy stuff with those points.
Oh, okay.
You can actually play mini games, right?
Yep. Yeah, there was like test mini games you could play.
Yeah.
Like, there was a tank game where you shot like and there's this big arena where you would just shoot these like orbs into like squares, and we'd fight these little monsters. And then you'd have to like fight other people, like multiplayer. Like you could have to like collect different like colored blocks. So like it was pretty like rudimentary for the first part, but they were expanding on it as the game went on. Like,
it sounds like they were sticking everything in there.
What?
It sounded like they were sticking everything in that game.
It really just kept getting weirder and weirder with like things that were familiar. Like a lot of like different characters, people kept making things like there was a Roblox character, there was a salmon from Splatoon, like Kirby's everywhere. There's just a lot of characters, just out of any imagination.
It's interesting that they were working on it, I guess, every day. Nintendo was.
Felt like it.
Updated here and there, yeah.
Yeah, they kept sending you messages to like let them know what they were doing. Like just random, like the bell tolls. Then everybody would run into the room. They'd run back. It was a fun, set. I hope they don't change it too much because I think it's fun to explore on its own right now. But more people would be better. It just felt fun with more people.
Is it closer to Dragon Warrior Builders or Minecraft?
They're both in there, I think. Like, I think Little Dragon Builder, like in terms of like the RPGing of it, like it's if Minecraft modded, a few things like it's similar to that, but like general Minecraft, it's a little bit more like connected. Like whereas Minecraft didn't start out with like you being able to play with everybody, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. This one's like what?
Yeah. No, I don't think it did originally. I mean, like I think it came out in alpha, and I don't know if you could play with other people. I mean, wow, that's got to be 15 years ago, right?
Easily, yeah.
Ago. Jeez, I still think of that as a newer game, but it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, it's been around for quite a bit.
And that was an independent game. It was like originally like an indie game,
right?
Yeah, but try it. There's a Minecraft documentary, and I don't know if it's just called that or what, but it's really interesting. This was before they sold, and Notch, the guy who owned it, they were making so much money that they're building. It was pretty cool. They had so much money. I don't think he knew what to do with it, and they only had a few employees. So what they did is, instead of taking like photos of employees, they literally hired an artist to come in and do a painting of everybody. Like, that's when you got some dough.
Wow.
And then he
got
turned around.
so much money.
He sold it for like $4 or $5 billion. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
got most of it. So he's a billionaire, and I don't know what he was, 30.
Yep.
But there he is. He's unemployed.
I'm good.
$3 billion. He can do whatever he wants. Man.
Yeah, he had it made.
Yeah, you just can't make any more Minecraft. Yeah.
Yes.
He's banned. Yeah, it's like, here's your $1 billion. Now go away. But I think like, again, it's for people like have like to create things, like a lot of content creation. So like if you like to like just wander around and make things and explore, I think it's like, and then just see weird things pop up. So, but we'll see what happens when it comes out. What?
Did anybody make cars and stuff like that there?
But there were vehicles too. Like you could, little building ones, and then there's like you could buy a crane, which would help you move blocks around, so you could build like bigger vehicle. And then there was like a planes people could get eventually. You could fly around with a plane. Yeah. Like, and I think they were still building different vehicles. Like there was stuff they said wasn't done yet, so we couldn't go that far.
I mean, so just for people saying, the game was kind of like, two parts. You're outside on a planet building things, and then you're inside the dev core, which was a building, literally a building where a lot of people were hanging out. And yeah, that's where you would level up, you would meet people, play the mini games, take your test.
Yeah, take the test. Yeah.
Find there was a whole area where people were just making outfits, and you could go there and try them out.
Yeah, you could tweak everything. Like, it was like, I tried to make a piranha plant one. Like, I couldn't figure out how to, like, because you could make it public, and then people could take your idea and then wear it around. So like, that's why they had the test.
Yes.
Wow.
Our stuff and sort of, you never meet people. You meet people in the game, like they're actively going on at the same time. So you could have like building together too.
And you can go in someone else's like land, their area, and hang out there. You might see them, but you cannot mess with their stuff.
Not in their beacon. Outside of their beacon, you can take their stuff too.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, you can lock it, but there's time limits outside.
Oh, very cool.
You have to really like. It's a lot of like resource management.
It's like Lego Dimensions. I haven't played that.
I think a little bit, yeah. Like I play a little bit of that. Like, just you have a lot of different tools and different like, blocks to work with, and you can manipulate the blocks to become different things. Like you can make a gold one. You can make a whole gold castle if you wanted to, if you knew how to like mix the certain elements together. And these square little monsters are flying around, and they give you different like elements too.
Well, this is when you would build stuff, you'd have to kind of hop or kind of flutter a little bit and get the spot to spot. But if there was an opening, like if it was just a straight pole going straight up, you could jump and land on it and just hold the B button down and just run right up. You'd be like parallel to the ground, your back would be, and you'd just go straight up the thing.
And you could go, like, I ran up one for like at least like 45 seconds, just running up someone's like tower they made. Like just running up the tower, like took me 45 seconds.
I think that's the best way to build is, you could have it be elaborate, but you kind of need one path that gets straight up there for your beacon, really, because that hopping around with a beacon in your hand is like, eh.
People,
although
again,
you can't run with a beacon though, can you?
You can't, but you can build a vehicle that can carry it.
Oh, that's even better.
So, yeah. And then you can put the tower again. People figured out how to like I was just watching these characters just build outward, and they were just like going like hundreds of meters high, and I was like, how did they figure this out? Like, and it said there's only a few people left playing.
I don't care what kind of a weird game you have. There's someone out there who's like some kind of genius with that game, and they can do anything they want. And they do
caught
it in
on
like
quick.
a day. It's like, how do you do that? It's crazy. Could there be
Well, that's what they did in Minecraft.
They never said anything about amiibo support, so I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, it really, again, like the way that they let you build things was pretty like. It felt like they had to make it private because, again, it might be a little bit of their own infringement because people are making whatever character they wanted, and it was like just sort of hanging out in this world.
Do you think that'll be allowed if this actually came out?
That's what I don't know. That's where the yeah.
So I was a little shocked, and I saw a Kirby character running around. I was like, wait a minute, I don't think Nintendo did that.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess they didn't care since this was a closed environment, but I don't know if they would allow that, especially other. I mean, there was like Bomberman. There were other characters that Nintendo doesn't even have any rights to. So
yeah. It felt like people kept to a certain theme, but that it was all whatever they could think of.
By the way, if you're a big amiibo fan, JWD is right. They're
good
kind of old amiibo that's been coming out. I mean, a lot.
Wow.
That's good tip right there.
Some of those get expensive, and now they're bringing them out. It's back to normal price, which is always good.
Yeah.
It's like, now what's the next thing they're going to make? It's like,
yeah, maybe I can build up my amiibos from 2, and maybe I'll get a third one.
it's like get
might get a little crazy.
It's like, go wild there.
Go crazy, Torso.
Well, I had a bunch of them added to my cart at Amazon, and then I was like, and then I went ahead and put them, where you could save them for later. And I figured I might, because I wanted some Zelda ones and stuff like that, like the old Link and.
Well, look at this amiibo, by the way.
And they just sat there waiting, and then.
Look at how cool that amiibo is.
The dragon.
But I think this might be the only amiibo like this. It comes apart.
Oh, there you go.
The rider comes off the
Monster Hunter. That's the one.
Yeah, it's a Monster Hunter thing. Maybe you can put them back. I don't know how to get them back on there. Maybe I shouldn't have taken them off.
Yeah, it's like.
But yeah, he does pop off.
Maybe it didn't really come
there we go.
off.
He's back.
That
was. I don't think this ever came out in the U.S. Oops.
Some
of the Japanese thing.
We'll have 12 new Mario Kart toys. What?
They have some have them now.
That's the last thing I really need to know.
Yeah, it's like run, get out.
That might be the only reason I would go to McDonald's.
Sounds like I might be getting some. Oh, wait a minute.
What would you like to order? Mario Kart.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah, shoot, that'd be a Happy Meal. Yeah.
Of course, they used to do that, right?
Meal.
They used to do that where you could just buy the toys.
Well, don't they have the adult Happy Meals now too?
I think they get rid of those.
Yeah,
did they get rid of them?
They have like a meal thing called the McDouble, where you get a McDouble. Was it 4 nuggets and a small fry and a soda?
Take care, Marcus.
They need those Sonic games, the little Sonic
those
digital games.
You know what, Drew? Speaking of finding things downstairs, I found I don't know, was it 4, 5, 6 of those things downstairs?
Oh, fun!
They're all still sealed. So,
I think that's perfect time for them.
Time to open them up. I can't figure out how to get this guy back on.
Get some Thai baby.
Look,
maybe there's an instruction.
He's got this little thing coming out between his legs there to
attachment.
I don't think we need to talk about that anymore.
Do I have any more spinners to reveal? Yes. JWD, it'll be Saturday or Sunday probably.
Oh, there you go.
That's the last one.
Ooh, chicken big
final spinner.
There was 4 Sonic the Hedgehog spinners, different characters. So it's a big mystery about the 4th one.
Yeah,
the chicken Big Mac. Yeah, I saw that there the other day.
Who could be the final?
Yeah,
I want a half and half. Make it a double Big Mac, double chicken Big Mac, 2 patties.
Bring back the double down.
No, let's go with a Big Mac surf and turf. You got a beef patty and a fish fillet.
Ooh,
how about that?
Going to do the double McRib.
Oh, we can have an oink cluck and moo.
Oink cluck and moo.
Chicken and a quarter pounder patty all in one.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
I love the
Rebel.
McRib.
Yep.
It's like
You know what?
delivery McRib.
I used to like it when they would make them in the shape of like fake ribs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's just a patty, like a flat patty.
Oh, really?
That's not enough for me. No,
It's like
I
They also
refuse.
changed the sauce.
If we get
I'm
him
here for
back
the presentation
in,
of-
like we did just
I'm here
last
for the-
year or so, I'll mail you one. What's it gonna do? Go bad?
Yeah,
Right.
could last for weeks on a train.
It's
That's
that's
forever.
good to go.
How long is it going to take? 5 weeks. Should still be good.
No,
You'll be fine. You have at least 2 weeks left.
Michael, was that really a thing at McDonald's?
The Hawaiian burger that just had a cheese slice and a thick chunk of pineapple in lieu of a patty. Are you?
It was a real
kidding?
one in Hawaii, yeah.
No.
Mm.
No,
It was
thank
one
you.
of those menu items. Watch the videos or things that are strange, so like the McLobster. Do you guys have McLobsters?
Mm-mm.
No, my brother might have one. Yeah.
I did.
They used to be in Maine
The
all the
lobster
time.
roll.
Like, we had them here for a while, but nobody wants a McDonald's friggin' lobster sandwich here, right?
Yeah, it's like, well, we can go get our own real quick. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not the kind of mistake I need to make.
Well, I got one in Massachusetts. Papa Pete was the,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, I got to try this."
Yeah,
You know?
did you like
I mean,
it?
it wasn't bad for McDonald's, but
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Karen, I think in Orlando, I think there's still one McDonald's that sells a McPizza,
There is
which,
some.
Oh, yeah,
I've
I
never
forgot
even
about that.
seen.
A McPizza. Yeah. What the-
McPizza.
I remember those when I was a kid, man. Those were awesome.
That sounds like a mistake.
They were.
Oh, there you go.
it wasn't bad. It
Mixed.
just took long.
Oh, they just didn't fry it in the fryer with the fries.
That would have been a good idea, but they didn't do that.
Ugh.
So
We had a guy down the street. We've got a gas station like right down the end of the street, and there was a food truck that came in, and he was doing pizzas, and the pizza was actually really good. But I was like, man, this isn't going to work. He had one little pizza maker in there, and so we got 2 pizzas. And so we put the one pizza in after he made it, and I was like, took like 6 minutes. Then he puts the other one in. I was like, holy crap, we were here 12 minutes just for the 2 of us. I was like, I can't imagine if this guy had like 6 people waiting in line.
Yeah, really.
right.
Yeah, so I was like, man,
Come back in an hour.
I feel like he needs like at least 3 or 4 of those ovens to make
Right.
it worth it.
Another truck pulls up. Oh, we got 14 orders coming.
Kurt got some more television games from Rev yesterday. How about that?
Nice.
I homemade the pickle witch. I don't even know what that is.
Ooh,
What's
that
a pickle
sounds
witch?
good.
Oh, the
You fry it up.
Jimmy John's. I think Jimmy John's has a sub where it's just a big pickle hollowed out with stuff on
Just
it.
hollow pickle.
Mm.
Just hollowed pickles.
Well, that's actually kind of interesting. I mean,
I like
put a
pickles.
pickle on your sandwich anyway.
You might as well make the
You're gonna
sandwich.
make me hungry. It's time to go to bed, not time to go make a sandwich.
Pickle sandwich. Nice pickle to put you to sleep. Pickle.
I have to run into
I, mean,
McDonald's.
I like pickle, but
Yeah.
That's what I told her.
Yeah,
Pete,
I think
how late
Wednesday makes me hungry for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Going to see if I can get a cluck of moo. Anyway, double Big Mac, half chicken, half beef.
there you go.
You can always order 2 and just make it yourself.
This is true. That's always an option.
Go out
That's the
hunting.
hacks.
Gotta go hunting for that pickle chicken.
So it's less pickly. By the way, JW, I think I have heard that warrant track, so I got it loaded up and ready to double check that.
Well, guys, I guess we're done. That went by quick.
That was fun.
It's better than pickle dick. So-
Well, DJC came right after we said go game gone.
oh, my.
Oh my!
Oh my.
You're late, Chuck.
You're late.
Reverse rewind. Yeah.
Chuck, do you have a show that's on tonight?
I heard
You
Chucky's in love.
He better. I'm guessing stream. He's got one
Unless he's taking a steam bath.
at 10 Eastern, so 9 o'clock our time, which is in half an hour, 25 minutes. All right, guys, we're gonna take off. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yep. Thanks for listening. Yeah.
Thanks,
All right.
Pete.
Thanks, everybody.
Right on, man.
All right. See ya. All right. Bye, guys.
See you
Eat
guys.
your sardines.